Um, DNA versus KCJ. Now we've seen KCJ has been faring very well against the men, especially on these Kings versus Queens card. We seen remember the first Kings versus Queens, it was her versus Swamp, and that's when Swamp choked like damn near every round. That's when the whole voodoo allegation started.
Hmm.
And she won that battle 3-0. Then she battled Aver on that was Kings versus Queens 3. And that's when we all know the famous line, I am a grinder. And KCJ ended up grinding him up that whole battle, another 30. Then
Hmm.
she faced Arsenal, which wasn't a Kings versus Queen, but
Value.
was on the
No, it was, yeah, it was on, no,
no, it was volume. It was volume because some of
but
the
it was
back.
an in betweener, right?
Nah, there was another event the next day. Cause remember it was volume and then Civil War. It was
Yeah, but I
volume
feel
and
like
then
it was
Civil.
like light work.
No, no,
From what,
no, 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 right, no, right, right. So I
yeah,
was saying it was on the volume card. It's just some of the matches on volume didn't happen, so they kind of
yeah,
threw in these
yeah.
battles. But yes, definitely a light work. But she made light work of Arsenal and 30'd him. So let me just ask you: is she the favorite just going into this matchup?
I don't know. Um, I get it, granted the history and everything, and but I wouldn't call her the favorite, but I wouldn't have DNA as a favorite either. I don't feel like either of them are the favorite per se. But all right, I Casey would be the favorite in this instance because she has a positive, well, undefeated record against the males. So she would definitely be the favorite in this scenario, definitely. So I definitely would call Casey J the favorite.
But is she your favorite? Do you have her winning the battle? You
No,
can.
I have DNA 2-1, and I'm gonna tell you why. For me, I feel like per se disappointed DNA. I don't feel like DNA of the same is gonna have the same outing as her previous opponents. With the exception of Swamp, all of them been like choking or Aver who has a bad performance. I don't feel like DNA is that type of professional battle rapper. I don't never seen DNA choke. He's also too versatile. He has the ability to freestyle if need be. If he forgets his material. Also the way he transitions, like his writing style and rapping style is definitely different. He's in a kind of reinvented himself, becoming more of a lyricist. Um, I feel more so he's skilled in a lot of more areas than Casey. I feel like Casey could perform a little bit better and kind of sell her bars a little bit better with aggression a little bit more than DNA in that aspect. But I feel like material wise, DNA is better than Casey, and I don't feel like there's areas where Casey is stronger than DNA, other than the ones I already just said. So I would have DNA 2-1.
I was going back and forth when thinking of a winner of this battle because just for some of the reasons you said, I think it's going to be a close battle. Like I can't really see one thirding the other just due to the fact both of them do take their craft seriously. These are two battlers that don't really choke themselves. Like they're true professionals. They go up there with 3 rounds. They're bar heavy, don't really do too much personals. They're just model battle rappers. But just picking a winner, I'm gonna edge DNA. I'm gonna edge DNA. Just like for you said, he doesn't choke. He's a legend in this game. 10 years plus in the game. Has faced females before. He's just like you said, more well rounded. I do think his material is a little more potent. I just think he knows how to work the stage better. It's just I feel like DNA is like a solid 9 to 10 in in a lot of categories. In case he's like a 7, 8. So it's like I just thought at the end of the day when we really chop it up, DNA is gonna have just the more quotables. I think just the more memorable. He's gonna have the more memorable performance, and he's going to stop Casey's J's streak against the man. I think that's also something he has in his mind. He's trying to, avenge the death of Arsenal, avenge the death of Aver, even Swamp to an extent. So he wants to be the one to clearly beat her. I think he will beat her, but I would not be surprised if KCJ won the battle. it can just be one of those nights to where we just want to hear more what she has to say than DNA. There is times to where DNA has a great first round, then he kind of just loses steam to me. It's just not the same. But we both agree. I also have DNA 2-1. I think it's gonna be an interesting battle. Um, moving on. Shotgun Suge versus Shuni the rapper. Now I believe Shotgun Suge's last URL battle was She Happens. If I'm not mistaken, that was on that
Out- Outside? No.
right, yeah.
Okay.
Right, yeah, that was Sidecar, even though that did not drop yet. He's been on like some of these other leagues doing one rounders and things of that nature. So he's definitely been active this year. I think he kind of feels slighted that he didn't win Champion of the Year last year. So I heard him saying he wants to make it clear this year. And he had Shuni, who's coming off the Miss Hustle battle, to where I just didn't hear too many great things. Heard she choked. Heard Hustle just kind of caught authority there. So she's gonna look to redeem herself and get back in the good graces of the fans. But I'll just go first on this one. I'm just gonna go Shotgun Shug. Um, Once again, if this was gonna be like in a small room, I think it would be a lot closer battle. Cause I feel when it comes to material, Shunia has better material than Shug. Shug's more aggression, that fast pace, that jumping around on stage, just like those quick 4 bar setups. He knows how to just land a bar better. I feel this is gonna be about to where we're gonna see the difference of having great material but knowing how to land stuff better. You feel what I'm talking about? So yeah, I think he just works the stage better. He's gonna be more electrifying. He's just gonna give us more of those quotables. And I have Shotgun Sugar winning this battle 2-1 Claire.
Yeah, I had Shotgun Shook too, in a 2-1 effort. Kind of the same points you said. Shuni, I feel like Shuni material is a little bit better, like rapping wise, but Shook just knows how to land bars and just his aggression and energy on stage. From what we've seen all the last year, he's just never been disappointed, never had a disappointing performance as of yet. Just kept that same energy throughout the whole year. I would definitely have Shook. Also to my points. Hold on, yeah. Her last battle, well, male battle versus Fonz, she definitely lost that one, and Fonz definitely had a great performance as well. Not to compare Fonz or Shook, but just seeing the last outing, I think Shook last battle was what, Miss Miami.
As for a female, I believe so. I believe
Yeah,
so.
so yeah, Miss Miami. General consensus has him winning that as well. So definitely, they definitely have experience intergender battles. But I would just go with Shook more because again his resume, and then from what we've seen lately, he's been doing very well. But I definitely want to give props to Shuni. I feel like her material is gonna land well. I feel like she has a lot of to go off of as well. Given like she's been around in the culture for a long time, so she definitely has a lot of material to work with. And Shotgun, you know, there's a lot of ways you could work with the name Shotgun. I don't feel on Shook aspect there's not a lot of ways he could work with the word Shuni, but I definitely trust Shuni's ability to kind of work with the material that's given to her. So just shouts out to her. Hope she has a great performance. But I have Shook too.
Right, right. Shout out to the both of them. Moving on to New Jersey, Twerk versus the return of Coffee Brown. Now, if you know the backstory to how this battle has kind of transpired, if you know, you know. I'm not going to indulge in grown folks' business, but they definitely have a bit of a history. Twerk kind of alluded to it in the promo video that he made. If you want to go check that out, and if you can catch the subtle hints that he was giving away to the backstory of this, which makes for an interesting battle. But I think we all know it's just hard to be a prepared Twerk, and Twerk has just been in his bag. I feel all year. His last, I feel like 5, 6 battles. He's just been prepared. He's been doing this thing. I did watch him versus NXT. He was very great there. When he faced Real Sick, crazy. Like Twerk has been in his bag. This is the New Jersey Twerk that we have been waiting for, right? But he's going up against Coffee Brown. Definitely a formidable opponent. Congratulations to her for having her child. That's why we haven't really seen her in like the last 8 to 9 months. But she's definitely back now. Shout out to her, but I just don't think she's gonna have enough to beat Twerk. I definitely love her pen. She probably has top three pens in female battle rap to me of how she just puts the material together. But I just don't think it's gonna be enough. She's just not as electrifying as New Jersey Twerk. On that stage, that's going to matter. Twerk is going to know how to just use the word coffee and just make a crazy bar out of it. Like you feel what I'm talking about? So if and I can't even say if Twerk's on 100 because you got to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Mm.
Now, so I have Twerk 3-0. Not like a body, like a Clips versus Rex, but just a gentleman's 30. Like I just think he'll be better every round. I'm sorry.
Um, for me, it's a little bit tougher. Um, I definitely want to acknowledge Twerk's consistency as of late, and definitely been performing very well. Coffee's been away from the culture for a while, but when she left, she was damn near like the top woman, like woman of the year type thing. Jazz was even like calling out for her, like she was like on the top. You feel me? Like as far as female battle rap. So from the last time, like yeah, um, I'm gonna go with Twerk 2-1. I'm gonna edge it only because I feel yes, Twerk is electrifying, but for all 3 rounds, I feel like he's gonna have round of the battle. I'll definitely give him round of the battle. But for 3 consistent rounds, I don't know, cause I like Coffee's material, like the
I
way she.
know. Listen, hear me out. We love Coffee. Coffee is a great female battle rapper. Cannot take that away. Everything you just said is a fact. But we have to be real, Jalen. New Jersey Twerk on 100 on a big stage. We've seen men who are better than Coffee have problems. So I
Yeah.
get what you're saying. The last time we seen her, she was great. She was in the runnings for Woman of the Year. She is a phenomenal, forget female, she's a phenomenal battle rapper. But we know there's just certain people that fall into that bracket. If they give us three, it's very. I'm talking about Eclipse,
Mhm.
Surf, Twerk. When they give us three, like, so I get what you're saying, but listen. Now,
Yeah.
if he's stumbling and fumbling, then Coffee could just really win the battle. But we seen him face Real Sick when Real Sick was excellent. Real
Yeah.
Sick might have 30 anybody else on that. It's just too much. And the crowd's not gonna let him lose. The crowd's just not. Ever come on, Jay. I'm just saying, but I feel where you're coming from though. I definitely do.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, I'm gonna just edge Twerk 2-1. I'm definitely excited just to see Coffee back on the stage and hearing her rap again. But yeah, I'm gonna edge Twerk 2-1. Um, I have a feeling it's gonna be a good battle though. Honestly, like as you said with the backstory and everything, and then the promo leading up to it as well. They haven't heard too many things on Coffee's end, so I'm getting the kind of sense that she's kind of like locked into this battle. This is one of her biggest battles, if not well,
I think the stage, the backstory, the opponent. This is probably her biggest battle
yes.
to
I don't
date.
think she just goes out there and just. I'm gonna
But
edge
okay,
Twerk 2-1.
when have you seen Coffee on the stage be even close to electrifying as Twerk? Let me know.
Right,
I'm just let me know. I just haven't seen it.
really
We've seen her
has.
in small rooms with that pen. She has a great. If this was a small room, it would be closer. I feel, even though you don't want to face Twerk in a small room either. But at, listen, man, God
You're
bless
right.
her. I just I need out. If I had something to go off, I can't remember. Has she even been on the stage like this? Has she?
I'm not sure.
I just and this is not one where this is your first one. You think it's about to be a little test. If this is a test, this is like the PSAT.
Yeah,
Like you better be. I know her slogan: "Get comfortable." You better be comfortable.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah, but I'll edit it toward.
All right. So thus far, we all have the same winners. Well,
Mm-hmm.
we have all the same predictions thus far, which is DNA with a win over KCJ, Shotgun Shook with a win over Shuni, Twerk with a win over Coffee. But now we get to the Cole and the main event where these are the two heavy hitting battles right here. Let's get into Tay Rock, the Gun Bar King, versus the First Lady of the Euro, Miss Hustle. Now, I have been hearing people saying that they wish this battle happened, when the hype was at its highest. I get why, but then you also have to realize what the battle had finished. Like we all know how Tay Rock
Mm-hmm.
gets. We just seen him versus Kid Slade to where they had to stop the battle about 4 or 5 times. So I can just imagine with that whole, the whole trainee angle and then the hustle, him having screenshots of hustle and his DMs and stuff. The whole messy situation. If you're a fan of battle rap, you know at least you know half of the backstory, so you know where this battle stems from. But coming off their previous battles, Tay Rock is coming off, and we're talking URL the Stumbles battle.
Stump Snake Eyes. Wait, was Snake Eyes before or after?
Nah, Stumbles was after.
Oh yeah, it most definitely was after.
Hasn't dropped yet, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hasn't dropped yet. So that was his last URL battle, and I think he took right. That was in January. He took February off, and now March. Yeah. So and now this is his 50th URL battle. Miss Hustle, who's coming off, with the Remy Ma card when she got a win over Shuni the rapper. If you've seen the Hip Hop is Real interview, you've seen Tay Rock saying, "I'm gonna treat her like one of us. She raps like one of us. This is how she's gonna get treated." We've seen Miss Hustles, just saying she's, grateful for the opportunity, and it's gonna be one of those ones. But I'm gonna go Tay Rock. His 50th URL battle. I know the type of energy he's gonna be on. The last time we seen him on the Kings vs Queens stage, was verse Vixen, and that was just my favorite performance of last year. He definitely went crazy there. Um, I think Hustle's gonna be able to probably match his energy, but I just don't think it's just gonna be enough. I just don't. We just know. I don't know if we've even seen that Geechee interview recently when he
No,
was
I
talking
see.
about the K Rock and Hustle battle, and he was like, when he gets into that flow pattern, and he's just saying all those words with all his heart, it feels like he's dead ass hitting you, like the hustle and hustle, and like I can just imagine that. So I think it's gonna be a goodie, but I'm gonna go Tay Rock 2-1.
Yeah. Like I said, my initial prediction, I have Miss Hustle 2-1, and kind of to the well, with the backstory and everything, she already has her approach or whatever. But I feel like even in a overall sense, I feel like Tay Rock is gonna rap this whole battle. I don't feel like Miss Hustle's gonna attack Tay Rock more so all 3 rounds. I feel like she has a lot to say concerning Tay Rock. I feel like she has a lot to go off of. I feel like Tay Rock, in a lot of sense, when it comes to these battles, he doesn't really attack his opponent. He kind of just tries to out rap him, and it's been serving him good. But I feel like specifically in this battle, Miss Hustle, I feel like she has a specific approach, and like since the beginning of like the hype and everything, I feel like she has like a set thing like to where she wants to talk. And then even on the presence factor, like her just towering over Tay Rock, like big as hell and just barking on him, I feel like it's gonna look a type of way. Um to me. Like I said, I don't like all props to Tarak. I feel like Tarak is gonna have great material. I feel like he's gonna have like those highlight bars that's gonna be reposted, like those he's gonna land a lot of like haymakers. But to me, like I have Miss Hustle 2-1, but I feel like it really comes down to the tone of the battle, like what what they want to hear. Like, because I feel like a lot of times when people try to angle against Tay Rock, they don't want to hear it. Like, you feel me? And then like when Tay Rock is rapping, like it kind of overpowers that. So it really comes down to how the tone is set in the battle. But for me, I'm going Hustle 2-1.
Right. I'm not mad at that, but I just heard you say that when she it's gonna look a type of way. That's how it looked when he was facing Vixen, and Vixen came
Yeah,
out in the first round. Was that not the most aggressive we've seen a female approach him
yeah, definitely.
until he started rapping, and then that's when things got a little dark up there. So listen, if she wins the battle, I'll be the first one to say she won. But
Hmm.
I'm just not. I just this is his 50th URL battle. Like it's just I don't think he's just gonna want to lose to Miss Hustle now.
Yeah, and
If
also and
oh,
taking into also
no, go
taking
ahead, go ahead, go
into
ahead.
effect, even when I just thought about it now, even with like when caution got involved, like Hustle got a lot to say to caution as well. So she's gonna be involved. Like she has a lot of material to go like off of,
I
like in
don't,
general.
I don't, I
It
don't
really
know.
comes down to like what you want. What do they want to hear?
I
Uh,
think if Hustle gets personal, she could win the battle, but I don't think they're there anymore. Caution, and Rock, they're all cool now. So it's like I don't think, and I just heard her in the interview. Now she could be just selling wolf tickets by saying, I
mhm.
want to show that I'm a rapper, I can rap. She can take that. If she just takes that approach, I don't see her winning. But if she gets a little messy, I can see that her getting the crowd on. But if this is just bars versus bars, I don't think she'll beat Rock. Nah, I just
Yeah,
like I just can't. So I don't know, but I think it's definitely gonna be a goodie. This one we have been waiting for. When I think Kings versus Queens, I think of a battle like this. So shout out to the both of them. Now we can get to the main event. A battle I didn't really see coming. I feel like Clip's last two I didn't really see coming. But we seen in his last one versus Danny Myers. I heard it was overall a good battle though. And I think with this one versus Jazz the Rapper, it's also going to be a great battle. I've heard some people say before Jazz is like the female Clips because she can like do a little bit of everything. She knows how to rock the stage. She knows how to be funny. Knows how to be witty. Has the punches. Can be aggressive from time to time, but she can just dabble in all areas. And the same thing with Charlie Clips. These are just not one trick ponies here. They know how to hit all the aspects of being a great battle rapper. Also working that stage. These are two of the best in their respective fields. But sort of like when I was talking about, New Jersey twerk earlier, it's just when certain battlers come with 3 rounds, you just got to be a special type of person to beat them. So I'm for just for that reason alone, I'm just going Charlie Clips to win this battle. Now, this is one I do want to see, being that Jazz the Rapper is my favorite female battle rapper of all time. So I think if any female can give Clips some trouble, I think it's her. I think she's gonna take this seriously. She knows what Clips is capable of. She's been front row to a lot of his previous matchups, where we even seen Clips just taking shots at her from for whatever reason. But this is just a tall test for her. I think this is the biggest battle of her career. This will not be like the Geechee Gotti battle. So she's gonna have to prove to me that she can beat a Charlie Clips and not vice versa. So I have Clips to win.
yeah. This is probably like the toughest battle for me to call, because more so they have very strong stage presence, and it's very hard to beat either one of them. I feel like anytime I really thought somebody was going to beat Jazz, she like stood tall and beat them. So I can't, like, it's very difficult for me to say. Same thing with Clips. Every time I feel like someone is about to beat Clips, he just somehow finds a way to win. And putting them against each other is very tough because I can't, I don't know. I'm gonna go with Jazz the Rapper.
For sure.
Um,
You're just a bigger Clips hater than a Jazz hater.
no,
So
no, no, no,
you
no,
really had to just pick one. You just had to go against Charlie Clips because deep in your mind, you know damn well Jazz the Rapper will not be Charlie Clips. You know that because you won't put
no,
my
no, 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 no,
because
no.
you want to know how I know you don't believe that you won't put a dollar on that.
You're not. You're trying to give me the
Oh
best.
no 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 no! I'm not trying to
Because
give
this
you
is a
the
tough battle, bro.
no no no
Like I
no.
said, it's not like clean cut Jazz though. Because again, like Clips could just freestyle, and then again the crowd goes electric, and then he already run around. So it's like it's really like pick your poison. And it's like if Jazz just raps a whole round, it's tough for you to like. I don't know. Like this is a
Listen,
tough battle to call. It's not like clean
listen,
cut.
I'm not mad at that. The last time we seen clips on King vs. Queen, nigga, Jesus came out.
That's what I'm saying.
Come on now. What else you
Off
want
that
the man to
alone,
do? He brought out you
like
were
he's he's really unpredictable at a point. Like so, it's tough to call. But
you heard what Smack said. Give Jesus some space, please. Hold on. Like, come on, man. Like, I just
yeah,
think,
but
and he knows what Jazz is capable of. He knows this is tougher than a Yoshi G. He's going to just, I don't think he wants to show he's better than Jazz. He's just going to show there's just levels to this, and I think that's just what's gonna happen, man.
no,
Like,
this is definitely I definitely have my eyes tuned in on this battle because this is definitely a tough battle. I'm just going with Jazz because I feel like all three. I feel like it's tough for Jazz to lose. I'll say that. But then again, on clips in, yeah. But yeah, I'm just gonna go with Jazz. I'm just going with Jazz, bro.
all right. All right. I can't be too mad at you. Like I said, definitely a formidable opponent. But that's gonna be it. Only a 5 battle card right here, just how I like them. Once again, me and Jalen both have DNA beating KCJ. We both have Shotgun Shook beating Shoney the Rapper. We both have Twerk beating Coffee. Jalen has Miss Hustle, and I have Tay-Rock. And for the main event, I have Clips, and Jalen has Jazz the Rapper. Now, everyone, just listen. It's okay to be wrong. Like Jalen knows he's wrong right now. It's okay.
Nah.
All right, now once the event is done and you just hear what everyone's saying, about to be like, yeah, I knew that was gonna happen. I was just trolling, but it's okay. I still got love for you. You're still very nimble in the mind. Sometimes in battle rap, I'm gonna show you. All right, you're all
Copy.
good.
Say
But
that.
like we said in the beginning, you have to pay 25 to see the event. I guess unless you're a app member, but then if that's the case, I felt the app member should have just got it for free. Cause then
Hmm.
it's like I don't really got how that made too much sense. But either way, I'm one of the ones I'm riding with URL, period. I just ride with URL. I trust Mac Beasley and Chico. I trust the Vision. I'm rocking with them. If y'all don't want to pay for it, don't pay for it. Like just watch RBE. If you want to watch E Ness face kaboom, go ahead. Like I don't really know what else you want to see, but just go ahead. Um,
That's crazy.
is
That's crazy, bro.
E Ness versus kaboom not an RBE battle? If you like I'm saying, if you wanna see Gwitty face Rosenberg Raw, subscribe to the RBE channel and definitely tap in. They got some great matchups over there. You feel what I'm talking about? Um,
Oh man.
Thank you everyone just for watching the video, man. Just please like, comment, subscribe. Follow us on all social media platforms, all that good shit. Um, yeah, we out of here. All right.